What's going on, everybody? Excuse me. Today I'm going to take a break from my usual topic, and I'm going to cover something that goes along the lines of how people fall into the trap of my favorite people in the world, snake oil salesmen. And today we're going to look at how women are taken advantage of through these contraptions, waist trainers, and all kinds of potions and cocktails to lose weight, everything but getting in the gym and trying to lose the weight, modifying your diet. It's anything they can do to try to basically make them feel comfortable being overweight and allowing them to get into garments that they normally can't fit in, or to make their bodies look like they've had alterations, surgical alterations and whatnot for smaller waists. You see this from everywhere, from here in the States to you see it in Africa. You see a lot of Nigerians coming over and selling these garments to unwitting American females who buy this stuff up to the tune of millions of dollars. And I don't understand how this stuff can be out on the street and everyone knows that it doesn't work, but they allow these people who don't have any money to basically use up all their resources on these potions and gadgets that don't have any place in the marketplace. So we're going to cover that a little bit. We'll move on up here to an article that I found. And this article, it's a peer-reviewed paper on everything you need to know about waist trainers. Okay, waist trainers are garments similar to corsets. According to proponents, they slim the waistline and help people to achieve an hourglass-like figure. Okay, all right. I took a little scan on YouTube here, and I want you to see, what they're peddling to these women. You see this? Waist training for beginners. And you see how it just scrolls down and you see all these overweight women, who basically cinch up their abdomen in order to look like they have big hips and a nice, hip to waist ratio. But it's all fake. You get her home, she takes all of this off, and she's the same size from top to bottom. And, first we have to deal with the weaves. You don't really have good hair, or you have good hair underneath there, that you're hiding because you're too lazy to do your hair. Okay. And now, they spend millions of dollars on that. And then they spend millions of dollars on all of this, these garments to go underneath them. I mean, look at this sister right here. I mean, look how big she is. Huge. But rather than losing the weight, she puts on this contraption that wraps around her about 6 times to make everything look like it's smaller than it is. So yeah, they look great on Instagram and all these Facebook articles and everything, but basically they're out of pocket, out of hand, out of order. It's ridiculous. Look at this lady down here, Amazon, $53 one place, $17 the other place. Look at this. And she's in all of these little, garments where she looks like she's in shape. She looks like she's fit. Looks like she doesn't have any stomach. And, we can tolerate a little bit. If you got a little some hips and you kind of, you got, top heavy and whatnot. We can deal with that if you got a small waist, flat stomach, But rather than working on that, what we see is this right here. See that? They just took the bra, took the cups out, and put a whole bunch of clasps and harnesses and it's ridiculous. And what they want you to believe is that this is the before and after. Okay, see big girl right here, before and after. She wants us to believe that her stomach was all blowed out like that. She had a little pooch. It's not really that bad, but okay. She wants us to believe that she had this after the fact. I'll let you see the after shot again. Okay, you see that after shot? The only way you get that after shot is if you're going to remove some ribs. Check this one out right here. See how big she is? She's so big she don't even have wrists. I don't know how she got those rings on her fingers. It's ridiculous. So she's showing a woman who's smaller than her up here, wrapping this thing all around her. Now this lady is, she's huge. See how big she is? And she's going to wrap that around her and try to force her stomach all up in there, And that's ridiculous, man. And you see the young lady underneath here, weight loss, Q&A, Now she's not that small, but what she did was she went in, she got this waist trainer deal, and what she's going to do is she's going to go work out, and she's going to wear this waist trainer, and then as she loses weight, she's going to say, oh, it was the waist trainer. No, it wasn't the waist trainer. It was you losing weight. There's no such thing as spot weight loss. That will prevent what we call homeostasis in the body. Everything has to be even. Everything has to be equal. There's a balance that has to be maintained. Okay. If you spot lost weight, then you couldn't maintain balance. Okay. Something's going to have to move to that spot to, keep everything balanced. So, more of this. You see all of that. It's tons of overweight women who are basically exploring ways other than diet to make themselves look more appealing to men. So when they try to force this body conscious and conscious mumbo jumbo out here about, oh, you should accept this woman because she's overweight and her body doesn't look good, and you should accept that because she's happy in her own body and all that. If she was happy in her own body, she wouldn't be wrapping herself up in harnesses and whatnot. Okay. Using creams and salves and all that kind of stuff to try to, make her stomach shrink up and all of that. None of the stuff even makes any sense whatsoever. That's why I'm going to read this paper. This paper is, like I said, medically reviewed. We're going to go over this. And then I wonder how they're allowing these people to sell this. This stuff should be rounded up like dope, and taken off the street. So let's go through this. Okay. Waist trainers, garments similar to corsets. According to the proponents, they slim the waistline and help people achieve an hourglass figure. Okay. Before deciding to use a waist trainer, it is important to understand that the product may not necessarily be safe or effective. Keep reading for more information about waist trainers, including their apparent benefits and potential risks. Okay. So here you see a garment here, and you see it's almost like a weight belt. You wrap it around yourself, you wrap it as tight as you can, you take the Velcro and then you snap it on down, So, if you look at this in a logical way, you'll see that by doing this, you're inhibiting your gastrointestinal functions because you're compressing everything. You're also going to limit the effectiveness of your diaphragm, which helps you to breathe, respirations. Okay. So let's move on here. Okay. A waist trainer is a shaping garment similar to a girdle. The waist trainer pulls a person's midsection in as tight as possible. The idea behind a waist trainer is that The pulling action gives the person a sleeker, smaller waist. Waist trainers usually consist of a combination of tough fabric and hard fibers. Hooks, Velcro, lacing, or other strong fasteners hold the trainer tightly in place. Advocates believe that it is possible to train the waist to retain a slimmer shape. After frequent wearing of the garment over an extended period, some people suggest that wearing a waist trainer while working out can aid weight loss. Do they work? Waist trainers work in a similar way to corsets, which fell out of fashion due to discomfort and health concerns. That was in the early 1900s, okay? When all of that was going on. You saw a lot of that in the Victorian era. And yeah, it looked good. It looked good in the dresses and whatnot. You see them in a lot of, vampire movies and whatnot. You go back and look at the Hammer films. You look at Bram Stoker's Dracula. Yeah, the women look great in that. There's even a steampunk movement today where women and Gothic practitioners basically are wearing these garments to get a Victorian look, which is a more feminine look, and is appealing to a lot of people. So you can see what that looks like in practice if you go and you look up, steampunk, you look up Victorian dresses, Victorian cosplay, stuff like that. Yaya Han did a nice little representation as a vampire on her cosplay. So let's get back into this. The waist trainer can produce a temporary reduction in waist size or circumference, and a person will typically see immediate results. However, as soon as they take off the waist trainer, their waist will no longer look look smaller. Sorry. Also, waist trainers do not reduce a person's body fat. People looking to lose body fat around their midsection or lose substantial weight overall should not rely on wearing a waist trainer to do this. However, a person may feel a loss of appetite while wearing a waist trainer. The garments puts pressure on the stomach, which can create an artificial feeling of fullness. Supposed benefits. Some people claim that waist trainers can provide a range of benefits to those wanting a sleeker body shape. These include an hourglass figure. The main supposed benefit of waist trainers is wearing it is a fast and easy way to get an hourglass figure. While the waist trainer may give the impression when a person wears it, according to the American Board of Cosmetic Surgery blog, and they have a link there, the garment will not drastically change a person's body shape. After a person has removed the waist trainer, it is unlikely to have a lasting effect. Instead, if a person is looking to lose weight or increase fat loss, they should consider improving their diet and exercising more often. Okay, so there you have, there's no rational reason for a person to bind themselves up like that. But here we still have people out here, and in an age where, where all you have to do is talk to your doctor or Google any information before you buy a product, especially that's supposed to have some sort of health benefits or nutritional benefits, then you would see this right off the bat. They don't work. So why spend all of this money? And, the rationale is basically to fool people into thinking that they look like something that they don't. Okay, let's move on. Weight loss. Any weight loss from wearing a waist trainer is more likely to be due to increased sweating than any loss of body fat. While wearing a waist trainer, a person may feel as though they have a decreased appetite. However, the change is due to the garment squeezing the stomach. It is important to follow a healthful diet and eat the right amount of nutritious foods. Some people recommend wearing a waist trainer while exercising. However, it can be dangerous as wearing a waist trainer not only restricts movement, but can also make it difficult to breathe. A small, older study looking at whether waist training had an effect on weight loss was inconclusive. The researchers said that this was because the majority of the participants gave up wearing the corset due to discomfort. So they couldn't even wear it during a time period for anybody to be able to see if it had any benefits whatsoever. But I'm sure they're leaning towards it didn't. So, better posture. Okay. Supposedly it improves your posture, keeps you from slumping and whatnot. So wearing a waist trainer may temporarily help with improving posture. However, if a person wears it too much, it may instead weaken the core muscles and result in back pain, poor posture. Okay. All right, so let's move down to the other one. Postpartum support. Waist trainers may provide support to women whose abdominal muscles have stretched or thinned following pregnancy. The extra support may help reduce pain and discomfort. According to a study from the International Journal of Gynecological and Obstetrics, women who wore a waist support garment after a cesarean delivery experienced less pain and bleeding than those who did not wear one. Okay, risk. The long-term use of waist trainers could have some negative effects on a person's overall health. A waist trainer can potentially harm a person by making breathing a challenge, forcing internal organs into crammed positions that can cause permanent damage over time, fracturing the ribs, causing acid reflux and other digestive issues. Breathing problems. A small 2018 report suggests that using a waist trainer while exercising may cause breathing difficulties. The participants displayed shortness of breath, sweating, and increased pain when they wore the waist trainer while performing a breathing maneuver to simulate exercise. According to the ABCs, airway breathing and circulation, wearing a waist trainer can reduce lung capacity by 30 to 60%. It may also cause fluid buildup and inflammation of the lungs. Okay? So in other words, pneumonia. And you can die from that. Okay? So let's look at the internal damage. Squeezing the midsection with constant force will likely cause internal organs such as the liver and the kidneys to shift into unnatural positions. This shifting of internal organs may affect the blood flow, and it can change how well the organs function. It may even lead to permanent organ damage. Renal and liver failure. Okay? So that means dialysis and other organ damage. Okay. Digestive issues. A shifting of organs due to a waist trainer may also affect the digestive organs, such as the esophagus, stomach, and intestines. As well as interfering with digestion, the constant pressure can force the stomach acid back up into the esophagus, causing heartburn. If a person has gastroesophageal reflux, GERD, wearing a waist trainer may exacerbate the symptoms. Is waist training safe? Waist training is similar to fad diets and many fitness fads. It may provide some temporary waist thinning, but it ultimately does not provide a safe long-term solution to weight or fat loss. Long-term use of waist trainers can lead to organ damage. It can also lead to digestive issues such as acid reflux. Waist training also makes breathing difficult. A person may not get enough oxygen or become easily winded. For this reason, they should not wear a corset or a waist trainer during exercise. If a person feels lightheaded or short of breath, they should remove the waist trainer immediately. Okay, so, if you think about this for a minute, you're out and you're exercising. Okay? you're out and you're exercising, and you put on a device that's going to inhibit your ability to breathe. You run the risk of passing out, um, possibly injuring yourself in that way, damaging your organs, and I've got three different articles here. This one, talks about how the fad, came about, and they show Kim Kardashian here. They show her small waist, but what they don't tell you is that she's been surgically altered. Okay. And yeah, it looks good, but I'm sure she works out too, but she's had a lot of help. And it goes down and it talks about the waist trainer shows, and it shows who they're going after when they're selling this stuff. And you see what a natural looking woman looks like. But they encourage them to wear these garments that are not safe for them. And it goes into the whole history of who's wearing these things. But what they show is they show women who already have waistlines that are small, and try to get bigger women to go ahead and buy these things. Okay. Here's another one. How waist trainers became the biggest thing on Instagram. See that? They wear them on the outside of garments. A lot of black women wear them underneath the garments. And, you think she has a small waist, and you see the look they're going for. But when they take that off, they don't look right, So there you go. You're all cinched up. You got these hard plates in here to try to keep everything in. And, you got all the stretchy garments to kind of clasp together there, to make you have that look that's appealing to us. Whether we're hardwired, we're programmed to ping off of a certain hip to waist ratio. This has been proven in psychology and scientific experiments. And there are people who know that and play on that in order to get us to basically be attracted to people who are not really in that true sense of self, I'll say. So that being said, I'll keep this short, but that's the gist of it. You have these waist trainers and you have these people, look at that. That looks crazy. You got this thing that has, you're wrapped up and balled up, and then you're on here and you're proudly showing this, and everything that's there. Medical news today. Waist trainers provide a waist slimming effect, but it's temporary. They do not provide permanent change and will not aid meaningful weight loss. These garments also have several associated risks, including breathing difficulties, digestive issues, and organ damage due to long-term use. Okay, that's 2020. So every year that I've gone back and looked, they've had something on here for the last 4-5 years. They've had something on there that has basically told women not to use these contraptions. So this goes in my snake oil book. And yet another thing that black folks are falling prey to that doesn't work and is pretty much just leeching money out of our communities. I appreciate you guys, hanging out with me. I apologize for the dead time. I've been a little sick, been a little tired, so I've been down. But I'll try to keep the good stuff coming. And please like, share, and subscribe. And I appreciate you guys hanging out with your host, Rodney, on the Ibuki Cabal Show.
I feel like a motherless child. from home.